Okay, good morning guys. It is 5:44 in the morning, 44.2 degrees on day 138. It's the 18th of August and I'm waking up in the Scapegoat Wilderness. Alright, good morning again folks. It is 7 o'clock on the nose, 45 degrees even, and just leaving breakfast. Ooh, let me start my Gaia recording. I forgot to do that yesterday as well. Yeah, so slept pretty good last night. It was a restful night. The winds didn't ever really pick up as I sort of, I don't want to say feared, but as I had, well, that's kind of what informed my camping where I camped anyways, was the threat of decent wind overnight. Well, that wind never came to pass, or if there was wind, I guess these hills did wind up helping me because I didn't really perceive it very much. So today, I don't really know how far I'm gonna go, to be perfectly honest. I mean, I guess I never really do, but I guess in Yellowstone I did, and in Glacier I will again, but right now I don't. I've ascertained that today will be, unfortunately, a wet foot day. Looks like there's going to be several creek and or river crossings. Hopefully none of them particularly treacherous, because I am on my own. But we'll kind of see. But it's been a while since I've had a wet foot day. I'm not really looking forward to it, but it is what it is. At least tomorrow, hopefully, one way or another, should be a relatively short day to get into whatever benchmark and then Augusta. I've also heard that there's a section coming up at another 20-25 miles or something like that where the blowdowns are going to get pretty challenging. This is just off the comments on the Far Out app. So we'll kind of see what that means for progress as well. But I'm not really going to worry about it too terribly much, because either way, got to cross those rivers and creeks. Either way, got to climb over those blowdowns. So it don't really matter none too much. And I think my plan regarding that hitch from benchmark to Augusta is going to be to see how far I get today, and then I'll know how far I have for tomorrow, and then hopefully tonight, once I start settling in at camp or whatever, I can get a message off to Frank via the Garmin InReach, because I don't expect I'll have service. That'd be cool if I do though, and see if he's able to, whatever, rendezvous and get me into Augusta. So that's sort of the plan. Aside from that, not a whole lot else to report, so I'll go ahead and get hiking and check in with you guys later on. folks. It is 3:14 and 73.4 degrees. Man, check out this awesome spring right here. So this is one of my very, very favorite types of water sources. It's just coming straight out of the ground. So everything up above is dry, and this is just some kind of spring just coming straight up out of the ground. And that water is nice and cold and flowing really, really, really nicely. So there's also this little downed tree in the shade of these young pines, and that had lunch stop written all over it, man. And what a great little stop, man. I love springs when they're just, I mean, I'm one to always filter my water for sure, because it doesn't really take that much work, and the cost benefit is just way in favor of filtering water every time. But that's one of those water sources where you're like, I mean, if I had to pick a water source to not filter, it would be something like that. Super, super, super nice and cold coming up out of the earth like that, man. And then I made a friend too. So I was sitting there eating, and some kind of little, I guess, ground squirrel. It wasn't a chipmunk. I'm not quite sure exactly what type of animal it is. It looks an awful lot like a squirrel, but it has like a beautiful like a leopard print on his back. Came over and started begging for food, and like, I have no defense, man. It is not at all leave no tracey, nor is it proper outdoor procedure at all to, in any circumstance, ever feed an animal like this. But that little bugger was so cute, man. And I've been out here all day on my own, so he got a few Cheetos. That's the truth. And you know, I can't defend it. There's no justification. But it is what it is. So I made friends with a little ground squirrel. And what was funny is then at one point he ran off and he wouldn't come back. I wasn't sure where in the world he went, because he would usually like pick up the Cheeto and eat it, and then, you know, be scarce for a minute or two, and then reappear asking for another Cheeto, which he usually got. But after maybe one or two Cheetos, he ran off, or 2 Cheetos or so, I think he ran off and didn't come back right away. And I was like, well, maybe he's full, I don't know. And then when he reappeared, he had a chipmunk with him. And so I don't even know. It wasn't even the same type of animal. It was a different animal. I don't know if that's his buddy, or if the chipmunk was just walking by and caught Cheeto on his breath or what. But you know, so that was pretty nice. Anyways, kind of a fun little bit of social interaction there at lunch. Anyways, yeah, I'm just coming over Straight Creek Pass, which was, you know, totally manageable little climb. And I do have one more pass coming up at another, I think 7 miles or something like that. That one is called Elbow Pass. And there are comments on Elbow Pass, which I referred to earlier this morning, saying that there are a lot of blowdowns at and north of Elbow Pass, trail north, that is. So we'll kind of see what that means. I mean, I'm not really clear whether the person who wrote that comment was a southbounder or a northbounder. I've seen some blowdown sections already, but again, I mean, like I said this morning, I mean, or yesterday, or whenever I said it, if there's blowdowns, I just go over them, you know? I mean, like my old classic hiking mantra, Confucius say, when it rains, we get wet. Well, Confucius say, when there's blowdowns, we climb over them. I mean, no other way around it. I am about 18 and a half miles into the day. So really, at any point here, I could probably start thinking about hanging it up and being good with that decision. But really, I think what I'd like to try and do is get to and over this Elbow Pass and put myself on the trail north side of that pass, give myself a real nice, cushy, cruisy day tomorrow. Today's been fine, terrain and topographically. How do you say topographically? What's the terrain version of topographically? Tyrannically? I'll say tyrannically, even though I know that's something totally different. tyrannically and topographically pretty accommodating today, which has been nice. So yeah, so anyways, not really a whole ton more to catch you up on. It's been a beautiful day. It's been just a little bit, I feel like it's been just a little bit cooler than it's been, but I mean, again, that was 73 or whatever it was in the shade. So in the sun, it's definitely several degrees warmer than that. And when you throw 20 or 25 pounds on your back and start walking up and down mountains, it feels a little warmer than that even. So, but not bad, not bad at all. So I'm enjoying the day so far. Got a cool little view out this way. Starting to get some neat light on these mountains. But yeah, anyways, I will keep cruising, see how far we get today. Whatever it is, that's totally fine. Took a long lunch, so, you know, feeling good. Oh, lunch. I'll just mention that real quick. That was a Knorr pasta side, and this time it was actually like not the power rice blend. They didn't have any of those guys over at Lincoln. So I just picked up one of the classic Knorrs. This was the Spanish rice variety Knorr side. Pretty much just tasted like dehydrated SpaghettiOs with a bunch of paprika in it. And that's what I'll say, man. Those Knorr sides, I know that those are kind of like the bread and butter of the thru-hiking community, but I don't really love them. I really don't. I mean, I don't really love any of this food that I eat out here, but those Knorr things in particular, I guess I always just kind of like resent how something's called Spanish rice, but then really when it comes right down to it, it's like 80% pasta noodles and like 20% rice. I'd rather it just be rice, but I guess that's just me being fancy. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, so that's what I had for lunch. Just some Knorr and some Cheetos, which I shared with my little ground squirrel friends. So that's it for now, guys. I will talk to you later. All right, good evening, folks. It is 7:35 p.m. and 77.2 degrees. I've made it to home for the night, back down this hill. Yeah, man, pretty good day. I think I'm finishing up just about 7.5 miles or so from the Bale to Augusta tomorrow. I did send a message off to Frank. I think I mentioned Frank earlier. Is like a kind of notorious shuttle / trail angel dude who brings people from Benchmark to Augusta. So I got a message off to him first thing as soon as I got to camp. I don't want to bother the man late. And you know, I'm only like 7.5 miles away, as I said. But I guess the earliest he can be out is 11 a.m. So that's fine. I might just sleep in tomorrow. I mean, you know, as much as I can anyways. And then scamper on down there. It also kind of looks like there might not be a need to go all the way down to Benchmark. Looks like there's roads that'll go pretty much right up to the trailhead down the spur trail. So I still do have to take a spur trail. But rather than taking a spur trail to a 3-mile road walk, I might be able to have him. It sounds like he's going to pick me up right up at the trailhead. So there's the tent for the night. Looks pretty good. Pretty happy with it. Yet again, going to try and sleep with all 4 flaps open. Sky's been clear all day, and even a little less windy today than it was yesterday. So that's pretty good. Something I haven't mentioned, but I've meant to mention, like for my past, I don't know what, couple days. I got a message from Mome, my young German friend, that he has finished the trail. So that's the first sort of alert or notification or message that I've gotten for someone I know who's finished the trail, and that's super exciting. So had a quick sort of like congratulatory back and forth with him for a little while a couple days ago, and that was really, really cool. I'm not really sure exactly what his plan is now. I mean, obviously he's here on a visa, so I'm not sure if he's going to kind of scamper around and enjoy some more of America or go into Canada or what in the world he's doing. But to that note, I should mention, actually, speaking of Canada, it's looking more and more like the border is going to be just outright closed, and that no one's crossing into Canada, at least not legally. And if it's not going to be legal, it's not going to be for me. But yeah, so Mome finished the CDT, and also my friend Lazarus on the Appalachian Trail should have probably finished by now. Last I saw, he was like a week out or something, or in Shaw's or something. I was messaging him last week or something like that as well. Lazarus on the Appalachian Trail, who has his own channel, Riveting Adventures, on YouTube as well. Super cool guy, and his videos are actually really interesting because every day he's been on trail, he'll give just a quick little couple minutes about the history of whatever interesting landmark he's passing or whatever. So it's actually, if you're interested in the AT, it's a pretty cool channel to get some of that history on some of this stuff, because certainly the AT passes through a lot of pretty cool spots that, you know, are kind of unsuspecting, honestly. So yeah, anyways, huge congratulations to those guys, Moma and Lazarus. Both super cool dudes, and super happy for them. Hopefully soon enough. Well, I shouldn't say. I know I'm always so conflicted over the end of a trail. Like, I want to finish, but I don't want to finish. I was about to say hopefully soon enough I'll be finishing this trail myself, but I don't know. I hate to give the impression like I'm not enjoying it. I don't know. Anyways, today was a pretty cruisy day. Definitely the first half of the day. I mean, the first huge chunk of the day, really, more than half, was just green tunnel business, you know, just kind of following, I forget the name of the creek. It was Straight Creek for a while. I think it was some other creek before that. But just kind of following a little creek pretty much through the woods all day. So there was a lot of shouting, "Hey, Bobby," and stuff like that, kind of alerting bears and tooting my whistle and clapping my trekking poles and stuff like that. All that sort of business. I'd really rather not see a grizzly on this trail. So yeah, but anyway, so not a whole ton of shots today, probably. Sorry about that. But tomorrow will be, oh gosh, I hate to say it, but probably even fewer shots if I'm just going 7 or 8 miles before I get to town. But yeah, and then gathering up a resupply in Augusta for what I think is like 4 days or so to get to East Glacier. Yeah, man, and then cruising. But you know, just got to enjoy it while it lasts. That's the truth. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and turn in, get processing videos, all that stuff. I will check in with you guys tomorrow morning. Don't be surprised if it's a late wake up, though. I'll talk to you tomorrow.